T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Unsorted. I am Sam Jones. You guys might remember me from last week's episode where we actually did an episode, which is fantastic. And I have people here who are and I must remember to say this, my co-hosts, and are not guests. Then they've full on promoted because really, well, we wouldn't be doing this stream without them because they are the linchpins and the glue that holds it all together. But the best glue of all is my Lego husband, Cut the Craggle.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
How are you doing, dear? You okay?
I'm better than I was. I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling a bit better.
You sound a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely do sound better, though. I will have to mute myself occasionally because my cough is still very much there. But I was going to say, you don't have to call me a co-host. I'm not that insecure that I need that, that sort of gratification of being called a guest or a co-host. It doesn't bother me. You can call me what you like,
But I did have to make sure you were my Lego husband because otherwise it just gets confusing.
Oh, yeah, you can't call me. Yeah, you gotta call me Lego husband, but just don't call me baby. At least not in front of people, okay?
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So shall we get the other co-host on?
Oh, the insecure American.
Oh, now is he insecure or is he just Joe? He could just be Joe.
He definitely feels like he needs to be called a guest. Like, that was a big thing for him. No, not a guest. See, I'm getting it wrong now.
Well, there you go. He's a guest.
Yeah, he needs to be called a co-host, It just...
Well, to be fair...
I guess at some point in our lives, we all need that little bit of validation, don't we? And I guess Joe's at that point right now,
Do you know what the best bit is right now? Every second we are holding him in the green room, all we are seeing is a middle finger held up to the camera, and it's great. And I just attempts to leave it longer. But anyway, before he snaps and breaks anything, let's get him into the stream. It's Joe.
Joe!
Oh,
it's so nice to see you.
How you doing, mate?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Just fine. I'm a little tired, but whatever. I've worked very hard to maintain a friendship with people 5,000 miles away. The least you could do is call me a co-host. That's all. That's all I wanted. Just a little bit.
And I got it tonight. I think I'm going to pat myself on the back.
Good job. Good job, Sam. So if Craggle is your Lego wife,
husband,
he's
my wife.
What am I? I don't want to know.
The little boy that lives down the lane.
Mistress.
Okay, I'm the annoying kid who lives down the street.
You're our child. You're our child.
I won't argue with that.
By the way, what does that sign say behind you?
What do you mean?
The one on the whiteboard.
You can't see it?
It's a bit pixelated.
Oh.
I think it says something days.
Just so you know, we're doing a running count now, so
we're keeping track, mate.
Did you know about this?
Yes.
Oh God! Don't make me laugh too much. It sets my cough off. My chest is still really painful. I'm sorry. I will try to mute myself if I feel often fit coming on, but
it's
that's brilliant. I love it.
And that's how Craggle died. Technically COVID, but he also laughed himself to death.
Well, it's not quite as fulfilling as what Sam was trying to get us to do the other day.
What's that?
On the Instagram group chats, remember?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I told that to my wife, and I was like, I'm not the only one who thinks this is worded poorly, right?
Oh, it was worded terribly poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there at work just seeing all these like notifications coming in and like, I can't answer this. I'm at work.
Just to fill people in, I mean, am I okay to say it on the stream? What it, briefly?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
So, Sam sent us a YouTube reel that was about a news article where a guy apparently died by having an extreme orgasm. And the caption that Sam included was, "Send me out this way, guys." To which, I was like, I don't feel like I can participate in this,
Send me out this way, guys.
Your loss.
Oh, no.
Oh. Are we going to talk about Lego?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Is this a Lego stream or what?
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of rearranging my laboratory. I got new shelves back there. So because I'm just running out of room. Like I just don't have any room.
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
There's this thing in the back of my head saying, why don't you just disassemble the Millennium Falcon and put it in a box?
Whoa!
Or why don't I just box up one of the 2 LUTs I have in here? Like,
whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
I know.
Whoever these people are, Joe, they can go live outside in a tent.
Those are the other voices in my head, so I keep telling them to go live outside in the tent.
Fair enough. There's not much you can do about those apart from drown them out with beer or something like that.
Or Adderall.
I was going to say, I definitely know the feeling because I've been quite ill this week, so my voice is starting to go now. I did feel like going some of my ridiculously huge backlog of Lego sets. The problem is, though, is that I have no space to put them once I built them. So it was kind of like, well, sorry.
Well, I have the what is it? The Rex Celsior from Lego Movie 2 that I won at, I can't remember. I think it was actually at Mockfest in Boise with.
You've won so many competitions, you can't even remember them all anymore, can you?
I know. It's terrifying. Anyway, I've been saving it for when Clark is a little older, but then again, I might just build it for kicks and giggles. Like, I've been doing the same thing. Like, I have all these sets that are in my backlog, and I just want to build them, but like, where am I going to put them? Who's going to play with them? All that good stuff.
Well, clearly you're going to play with them, so that's that one problem solved.
Yeah, except again, my issue is I'm a model builder. Like, that's what I do. Like, I don't play with them. I build them and then I just put them there.
And also, as your question on space, do you not have a ceiling that you could hang stuff from?
You're right. I could. Well, if you'll notice, that's my experiment up there. Hanging my Nerva rocket. And I need to get
pretty well.
It went really well, and I'm working on the instructions for it. And then again, the Skylab kits hit and completely rearranged my year. And now there's a Chinese knockoff out there, so
every cloud has a silver lining, mate.
Yeah, whatever. Wait,
I've been talking, commenting on what you've been saying. I'm wondering why you're just ignoring me and talking over me, and it's because I was muted because I had a coughing fit. So I was like, are they trying to tell me something? Are they saying they don't want
Craggle. I was literally about to say, wow, I haven't heard Craggle comment on my
I was going to say, I
phallic
wonder why he's
symbols,
been so quiet.
my phallic symbols back there at all. Like,
No, I was just going to say that if you're struggling for room, you could either sell the child or wife or both, and then use their space for Lego. You know, I think that's perfectly acceptable given the circumstances.
given
Yeah,
the circumstances.
I'd back that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Let's do it.
It's perfectly rational.
Speaking of wives and partners,
no.
Mrs. Craggle is in the chat.
Hey,
Mr. Craggle!
So, good evening, Mrs. Craggle.
some say she's the better Craggle.
Debatable. Evening, Jacob.
Evening, Jacob.
Craggle
Craggle's alive.
We have Spacetime Brick Studio, who is alive. And
I didn't know there was a rumor that he died.
I did not know, but
I didn't get
I
the
feel
rumor.
like I've missed out on something.
No. I know he's still alive because, god damn it, he is putting so many X-Men and Batman brickheads on Instagram. I love it.
He hasn't done you yet. He still hasn't done Iceman yet, I don't think.
Shut the fuck up. What?
Anyway, I'm while we're doing our thing, I'm going to be building the polybag from the latest Lego Explorer mag. I've got a tool to open it, and since I've been
Whoa. Who let you loose with sharp objects?
well, I
Seriously.
was gifted this by one of my channel members because they didn't like seeing me opening boxes with scissors. Apparently, so, you know, I thought it was pretty safe, but I've been watching. Basically, the missus has got a free subscription to BrickBox, so I've been rewatching rather loads of Dad's Army, and I keep on wanting to open this and going, "They do not like it up them, sir. They do not like it up them." Which, of course, still has no frame of reference for.
No.
What?
Oh, you need to watch Dad's Army. It's a great old British sitcom set during World War II about the Home Guards in a small English village, and it is fantastic.
Brilliant, mate.
I can just imagine the humor of that. Like, yeah, we couldn't join the actual army, so we're here just defending a small town. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's mostly old men, and
Okay.
there's a couple of young ones. One is because he was too young, and the other one originally said that he had a specialized occupation, but then they later found out the real reason was because he was allergic to corned beef.
It's a
Okay.
very good show.
It's a classic.
Oh.
But yeah, we've been binge watching that this week, so I've got loads of quotes on that in my head. So
I must also say hello to Lady Samby, who is not here tonight. She is in London.
and she's still keeping tabs on you.
I know. I feel like I'm being watched.
Careful there.
That is watching me. Oh god, I hit my throat.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm working on this thing again.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So, I've been playing around with my new camera, and I am doing I guess a tutorial. I don't know. Like, there's my LED board.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
And you
I've been,
built it onto Lego as well.
what?
You built it into Lego as well. I like it.
Yeah.
That is
Yep.
rather sexy, if you don't mind me saying so.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I'm not going to say you need to be an electrical engineer to do stuff like this, but it helps. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I said to Sam, you don't have to be mad to be on these streams, but it helps.
Yeah.
It's correct.
You don't have to be a co-host, but it helps.
I was waiting for that.
Brilliant.
Okay. I do have to show... I have to show you how bright this thing gets. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
who turned on the sun?
Seriously.
Like, part of your face is now sunburnt.
It hurts.
Joe's got his year's worth of tanning in.
So is this for the explosion in the Super Star Destroyer then, is it? Or
Yes. Not Super Star Destroyer, regular Star Destroyer.
Regular Star Destroyer, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you imagine if you made a Super Star Destroyer at that scale?
Dear God in heaven.
Oh.
Don't tempt me.
You know what? I'm yes.
Can you imagine?
Just yeah.
No, I've seen someone on eBay selling instructions for like a 60,000 piece Super Star Destroyer.
Wow.
And it's enormous. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
How big?
Come on, buddy.
Oh.
That's
It's
cool.
the camera
It's very
isn't
bright.
doing it justice.
That looks awesome.
You want to turn the overhead light off or whatever you got?
Yeah, let me see if I can do that.
He just walks back now and trips into the Star Destroyer and smashes it across the floor. Oh, that did no difference at all. How many lights you got on? Ooh, something's going on with the mic. Hello?
Joe. Joe, I think your mic's gone, mate. I've muted you because you. No. That sounds terrible. It sounds like you are in a massive underground tunnel somewhere.
I thought aliens were invading and hijacking the airwaves.
No, they just hijacked Joe.
Oh, well, they can have
I
it.
hear that's the thing they do in Utah is there's aliens come down and take Joe.
Testing.
Oh, there you
Hey,
go.
you're back.
Okay, great. Sorry about that.
What is it with Joe? I don't understand him. I mean, he can build these amazing Lego starships, but he can't get basic mic etiquette right.
Well, you'd think you'd be able to do that because he's an electrical engineer, right? And a microphone's just electronics.
Well, you'd think so.
Boom.
Oh, I'm real sorry about that. I didn't know it was that bad.
Why do electrical engineers not look out the window in the morning?
I don't know why.
Because they have nothing to do in the afternoon.
What?
He's go again.
What?
There you go. I think your light source may be a source of excessive EM interference.
Oh, possibly. Yep. Because it is a switch mode power supply, so it'll do that. Science. Engineering. Okay, well, I turned it off. Okay, fine. There you go.
So basically,
Anyway.
what I'm picking up from this is next time you're at a show and we do a stream, you
Don't
can't
go-
be stood anywhere near the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Can you
Right,
imagine he gets interviewed by like some massive publicist or something, and they're doing it right next to it, and he gives this amazing interview, and then they get back and they realize they haven't recorded any of it because of the interference.
That would be brilliantly funny.
Yeah. Yes, and Spacetime Brick Studio also pointed that out. Might be a source of EMI interference. Well,
You just
actually,
said that.
EM interference. What?
Keep up, Joe. You just said that. Like, come on.
Okay. Well, okay.
If you want to be a co-host, you got to keep up. Come on.
No.
Mate.
No. It's really funny at work.
All the time.
It's really funny at work. The mechanical engineers, they say like, "Well, why don't you? You're into Lego. Why aren't you a mechanical engineer? You're an electrical engineer." I'm like, "That's how easy mechanical engineering is. I do it for a hobby."
Oh, I bet you're popular.
I'm fun. I'm one of the funnier ones there, but looks aren't everything.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been let's see. I've been experimenting with the Star Destroyer's engines, putting LEDs in them. So we'll
Very
see.
nice.
So this one has a different LED than the other two. Because this one is, I don't know if you can see, this one is going to be nearer the explosion. So this one is going to be flickering as if it's, that part of the ship is failing catastrophically. So this engine is flickering, whereas the other two are on, full power or whatever.
I like that.
So we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Attention to detail. Features.
No. What?
Features.
Oh, I mean, it's just like people ask how did I make my LUTs, some of my creations so detailed, and it's like the voices won't let me stop. But then things like what I was working on last night, I still haven't put all the stickers on my space shuttle because
Do you mean
I got it
in
finished.
the background?
Why would I put stickers on it? It's finished.
Man raises a good point.
Yeah. I can't see it, Craggle. It's too close. Oh, okay. There you go. Hey, that's pretty good. Look at that.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a nice little spidery thing.
Yeah.
So what did that come in?
It came in the Lego Explorer mag.
Huh.
I think it's only available in Europe at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah, pretty cool.
Does is that like quarterly?
Monthly.
Monthly. Do you always get something like that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Every month you get a little poly bag with build. And
Okay. What's the subscription price?
Oh, I don't know. Mrs. just normally picks it up for me when she sees it in the supermarket. So
okay. Wow. Have that.
Probably should subscribe or something, but yeah.
Huh.
Well, I launched something new Lego themed today, actually. If I can open the drawers. I launched 2 new custom minifigures.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the Future. Let me see if I can get the light bit better from this.
Okay.
So we've got Future Boy, which is inspired by Marty McFly.
Marty McFly.
In his, let me see. Should I pull focus a bit better? Oh.
There you go.
Well, at the start of the film, when these blown up speakers with his guitar, and he's also got a second face print as well.
Huh.
Oh, very nice.
And we've also got the auto detailer, which of course is based on Donald Trump. I mean, Biff Tannen.
Biff Tannen, right.
Yeah. And he's got this very confused looking face based on when he sees the DeLorean fly off, at the start of part 2. And he's also got Mr. McFly, Mr. McFly,
Mr. McFly.
Yeah, they are now live on my store.
Awesome. I actually think I'll pick those up. Okay, what is your design process when you're doing those?
I mean, I probably don't do it the correct way because I actually
I'm just curious.
Most of my stuff in Photoshop, and I have heard you should do it, vector graphics like an Illustrator or something. But when I was learning the programs, oh god, eons ago, there really wasn't that much call for Illustrator. It was Macromedia freehand, and I've never really got into Illustrator, so I still use Photoshop. But I just do it ridiculously high res, so I haven't had any problems, that way. And you're doing figures that small, I don't think it really matters. But I have seen people use Illustrator for stuff. But yeah, I mean, I've really gone into it over, I would say, the last year or so. The first sort of thing I started doing was actually technically back in 2017. I designed some minifigures just for myself based on Ghostbusters 2. The dark uniforms they have. And then I've done a couple more since then. I did some based on the TV show iZombie. And then we did the Scooby-Doo CMF, me and Spacetime Brick Studio. I did the designs, he did the 3D renders.
Mhm.
And then I just started doing my own things then from now on. And yeah, I like the challenge of taking something and trying to make it in the Lego aesthetic. You know, I try to balance with my designs what I would want to see from a minifigure, but also not go too far beyond what Lego would actually do. Like, you know, the truth is Lego wouldn't really probably print on the boots and around the side and stuff. But I don't think that's too far beyond, you know, what, you know, the realms of what, you know, is possible in terms of Lego official figures. Like, I've seen so many figures, and I've even got some myself from other designers and sellers, and they are ridiculously detailed. Like, you know, they even have printed on the sides of the torso, under the arms, and they're awesome. But for me and my style, I try to sort of do it, you know, closer to what I think Lego would if they were to do that character or do that version of the character, if that makes sense.
I see. So you're really trying to go for the aesthetic of what you think Lego would.
Yeah, it is a bit of a balance now, because I'm aware that sometimes I go a bit further to what Lego would actually do, you know. But I don't want to go too far. Like, I would like if you could pick these minifigures up and drop them in with the official Scooby-Doo minifigures or the official Back to the Future, and at a glance you wouldn't tell the difference. Whereas with some of the other ones, some of the ones I've got, like some of the custom Lego Star Wars ones I got, are so much better that they stand out because they're a better quality than the official Lego product, if that makes sense. They're more detailed. They got, you know, better usage and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
But it's a fun process. What I try to do, if like I know there's Lego's done a similar character or a similar facial expression or similar outfit, is look at that for inspiration. And I normally have like 2 or 3 tabs open of reference images of the character or something, you know, that I'm doing, and then also something similar that Lego have done to sort of try and get the idea of, you know, how they do the thickness of the lines, how they would do like a chest pocket. And stuff like that.
Okay. Do you sorry. Ugh. Do you you do the whole figure, right? What was that?
I've given Joe COVID.
Oh, I'll have a new sign next week for you. Or next time. So you do the whole minifigure. You're not just doing the face. You're doing the all
the prints you see on these figures here are all completely designed by me.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to answer Spacetime's comment here. Spacetime is also an electrical engineer, by the way, so we've had some real fun conversations. He says if you add an RF choke to your light circuit board, your mic should be good to go. Right now, everything's very basic. I'm using an old power supply that I took apart. But yes, you're absolutely right. Spacetime. I might add that and some filter capacitors. But, you know, let's not go there.
I mean, to go back to briefly what you were saying about the minifigures.
Okay.
These 2 Scooby-Doo ones, Captain, the Ghostly Pirate and the Robot Rascal, are completely new ones that I did just as minifigures. And the reason I did these 2 characters, and I forgot to mention it in the reveal video, is because Funko, which I also collect Funko Pops, have done Funko Pops of these 2 characters, which are some of my favorite Scooby-Doo villains. But they did the whole NFT thing where you had to buy basically random packs of NFTs, and if you were lucky, you'd get an NFT which you could redeem them for a physical pop figure of like only like 500 or 1,000 being made, which really pissed me off because I wanted to have the complete Scooby-Doo Funko collection, and now that's not possible unless I want to spend tens of thousands of pounds. Or this one was like a redesign of one that we did for the Scooby-Doo CMF, which Sam convinced me to do, along with Mrs. Craggle. They both kind of bullied me into doing it.
I mean, those are the classic Scooby-Doo villains right there. Those 3 are the ones that I think of. The Ghost Pirate, the whatever that thing is, and whatever that other thing is.
And then these two are from my first Back to the Future CMF, which originally I only intended to be digital-only creations, but a lot of people were asking for them. So I'm testing the waters with these two, and then I'm going to see if I can do more. The issue is, when I did the Back to the Future CMF series, I did a lot of custom pieces, like actual molds that don't exist in real life. So I'd have to find a way around that, whether to substitute for existing Lego pieces or see if someone can 3D print something for me. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty cool seeing them come to life. And I've got 2 of these now, so I can put the minifigures, my custom ones, in there to have on display that aren't already in the blister packs like Sam's got for the Ghost Smashers ones.
You mean my entire desk over there?
Did you
gotta show us, Sam. You can't just
hang on.
Is he gonna move the camera? Oh my word.
Oh no.
This is a stream first.
Oh,
I felt like I was privileged seeing that part. Now everyone's seeing it. Yeah.
There we are. Where I was filming my reel the other day.
Okay.
My YouTube short and my reel, so I could show off the many.
How many have you got now? You've got all 4 of the Ghost Smashers collection so far. So that's what, 12?
12.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy who messaged me asking me if I wanted to sell him the
one that works in the pop culture industry.
Yeah. I messaged him back and said, he goes, "Oh, it's I'm only taking away 2 out of the set of 3." I said, "It's not a set of 3 anymore, mate. It's a set of 12. So if you want it, you got to buy the entire set."
Is that what you said to him?
You've got to have the full set of 12, mate. And because they're all number 1s, he goes, "Oh." I said, "So cough up." And
You wouldn't sell them, would you really? Oh, why are we getting a shot of Joe's crotch? Oh no!
None of you.
People say I lower the tone.
Oh boy. Basically, I want to show that I'm doing something too.
Oh, dude.
No.
Oh, I can't watch. I'm sticking 8 stickers. Oh my god, you're trying to kill me.
Trying, but it was just the easiest way to get rid of what was happening.
That was actually giving me anxiety watching that. Just putting a big stick out there, like 3. Oh my word, what's he done? Is that? Oh no, is that the sticker? Oh,
Fuck off!
I would seriously get anxiety over that. Like, putting a sticker on in one move, not even rolling it out. Oh man. Oh dude. I hate.
You can't do that on YouTube.
What you need is one of these.
Yeah, baby.
A printed piece, man.
I know.
I still haven't. Joe, when do you want us to have built and do a video for the kit that you?
Oh, yeah.
Just because I know I'm really behind right now, I don't want to. I've already got.
I'm behind on things right now. How about in the next day or 2, I will give you an answer on that one.
That's all right, as long as I don't I'm not gonna fall behind, because I still got the Saturn V from.
Oh, from
Scott.
Scott, yeah. I couldn't figure his name now. I was going to say his Idea Brickworks, which is his company. It's not his name. From Scott, bless him. How is Scott? We haven't spoken to Scott in ages.
Yeah, seriously.
Scott is now a granddad.
Is he really?
Scott is a granddad now.
I thought he already was.
Scott.
He kind of had the look about him,
That's great.
No, he's not yet.
Oh, he's not yet, or he's going to be? Or...
Well, he is now,
but he wasn't
but
before.
he wasn't previous to a couple of weeks ago.
I am really looking forward to building that Saturn V. I feel bad because I nagged him about it because he promised it, and then like months went by. But so much stuff has gone on. I'm going to be putting a poll up soon. I don't know whether to make it public or members only, but now I've got set shifts at my day job. I'm going to be putting a poll up of what day I should do as my regular streaming day.
Whoa!
Yeah. What I'm thinking at the moment is I'll do 2 streams a month, just so it doesn't overload me to begin with. And like one will be public and one will be members only, but they'll be on like a set day each week. So you know that day. Obviously, I can't just put like, you pick the day. It will be a choice of a couple of different days that I have off now. Because before my shifts were all over the place, but now I've got set shifts finally. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is crazy.
Big news.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I wondered if I should do like a members only poll first of all, and then do a public one, and then sort of.
Well, I think that would probably be a good idea because it would definitely give you the feel of what days are more preferred by each of your groups, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Because I know that some people will probably still struggle to make it because time zones are very much still a pain in the ass, and I know a lot of my audience and my channel members are overseas.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, hopefully, if I can, one of the things people have been saying for ages is if they knew like a set time or regular day, and I knew this myself, it would be a lot easier to make streams. But it's just not been possible previously, but now going forward, it will be. So, yeah. And I think it'd be good for me as well because I think it will get me into a bit more of a routine, and hopefully the content will get better than the cruds I've been turning out recently.
We've all been saying it, but
Oh, you were meant to say it. We've all been thinking it.
it's about time one of us said it out loud, He's not going to get better if we just keep it from him.
He's so cruel, and I liked all his Instagram posts, Joe, and I give him like nurturing thoughts and encouraging comments, and this is the thanks I
Thank you.
get.
So here's been my frustration with things like Instagram is
It's not owned by Elon Musk.
You joke.
give him a minute.
I feel like if anyone's going to buy Instagram and Facebook now, it'll be Jeff Bezos. Because one does one thing. It's like, when you were younger, did your dad have like a rivalry with a neighbor, and it was like your dad got a car, the neighbor got a car,
Yes.
your dad got a rotary washing line neighbor. I feel like that's the thing between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos now. Like one's got a social media, the other one's going to get a social media, aren't they?
Yeah. One's got to ruin the planet in one way, and the other one has to ruin the planet in another way.
You got a space program. I got to get a space program.
Yeah.
Oh.
They got space
Wouldn't it be
programs.
really good if we like made a fake billionaire that they all got jealous of, but the billionaire did good things like plant trees, provide clean water, get rid of plastic islands, and then they were trying to up him. So they were trying to up him in like being better, more environmentally friendly.
No, because they would see that fake billionaire doing that, and they'd instantly go, that guy's not real. He's not a billionaire. That can't.
I've not seen him at
billionaire
any
would
of the
do
billionaire
that.
parties.
What?
I've not seen
Oh,
him
boy.
at any of the billionaire parties drinking
Yeah.
cocktails and Mai Tais.
Oh.
No, what I find frustratingly interesting or funny or whatever is on my Instagram. Like I'll do videos of some of my big builds, or I'll have this funny idea, so I do something funny or interesting, and I'll film it or whatever. And like I'll get like a certain number of likes, and it'll get a certain number of traffic. But the thing on my Instagram that has the most traffic is this stupid 10-second video I took at the London Lego store.
Yeah.
By far. Like, it is by far the most watched thing on my Instagram, and I'm like, that took me 20 seconds to make. It took me another minute to put together, and the lowest effort thing on my Instagram is like...
That is social media, though. There's a meme going around.
So weird.
And it's not the exact thing you're describing, but it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Where there's like a photo, there's like a picture of this girl who's got like her boobs like sort of bursting out. She's got like pouty lips, and she's taken a selfie next to a painting that she's done, and the painting is absolute garbage. But
Yes.
she's got like 20 billion likes, and then you've got a girl then who's just dressed normally. She's got minimal makeup on, and she's done this beautiful, gorgeous painting, and it's got like 4 likes. And it's social media doesn't want quality content. They want boobs, and they want poo jokes, and they want the London Lego store.
I mean, okay, so that funny video I sent you guys a couple weeks ago that I ended up posting in Instagram, that took me like 2 hours to finally get like a good take of it, and I thought it turned out really funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what's the point?
I mean, I send stuff in the group chat and it gets no likes. Sam puts absolute drivel in there, and it's like you fall about laughing, and I'm just like, what? I mean, he did laugh at the latest one I put in there, but I put a meme in that I thought you would appreciate, Joe, and it just said "seen," no reaction. I know that you not only can you like stuff, you can actually emoji react to stuff on Instagram. So that was
Usually,
like add an insult to injury.
Usually when I'm catching up on that conversation thread, I'm just like, I'm already over all of this.
Joe's like, I've seen that one, I've seen that one,
I've seen that one, I've seen that one, I've seen that one.
That is a phrase that I really can't stand. I'm over this. Because it doesn't mean what it means. The youthful generation have taken that. Like, people say, "Oh, I'm over it." It's like, you're clearly not. You're clearly still upset. What you mean is you've had enough of this.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, that's my old man rant for today.
Old man.
You're not that old.
Oh, I feel like it.
Yeah. No. Seriously.
I'm coughing like this, and I'm wheezing like an old man in a brothel. Honestly.
Again, when is your next infection?
I still reckon I must have got it from you. I reckon it was like I got it from you, and then it was waiting then until the optimum moment to infect.
You got that American variant.
Yeah.
Whoa, hang on. That changes the count of days.
Huh?
If he reckons he got it from you, Joe, that changes the count of days.
Here's the problem. I've never had it. So you'd think I'd know.
I know. I still need to edit that vlog. But this time, I need to finish off my latest video. I just haven't been well enough. I didn't even do a video for the Back to the Future new minifigs. I just did an Instagram post or story.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, you didn't even heart react to that either. Like, Sam, like, what's going on?
I've been busy.
Too busy to like give it like a love heart. Like,
oh boy. Is this what this has become? Is we're just complaining about likes and hearts?
Says the guy who's like, I'm not a guest, I'm a co-host.
That's
every time you turn around or duck your head, I'm reminded of how bad that haircut is.
I was going for not saying anything because when I was looking at last week's stuff, I thought, hang on a sec, we did like a whole 3-minute section on just Joe's haircut.
And then I'll invite my wife in here, and you can berate her
I did to her face, and she was just laughing. I'm pretty sure she did it just as like to spite you.
Just to
We
spite
did
me.
that sat on my living room floor, mate.
Oh man.
Well, I'll keep my face pointing in this direction so you can look at my beautiful, beautiful mug.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit confused at how blue your eyes are right now. I don't remember them being that blue in person. I'm guessing it's like light from something.
It's light reflection. Like I can open the window a little bit, maybe. Is that better?
I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just confusing my face. So,
I mean, I do have pretty blue eyes.
Really?
I'm sorry, I meant fairly blue eyes, like very blue eyes, but
so
I guess they're also pretty.
Man, he's got that eyelid fluttered down, hasn't he?
It worries me, Craggle. It worries me.
How does that worry you?
I mean, I'm more worried about how it's making me feel personally, but you know.
Uh-oh, who gets to be the Lego wife now? I mean, Lego husband now.
You know what we were going to talk about last week, but I didn't think we got round to it, was Doctor Who.
Oh.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Well, you didn't
Just
watch
kidding.
it?
No, but go for it. I love hearing people who like really weird things. It's inspiring.
I refer you to Craggle's earlier statement that says, and yours, it says, you don't have to be weird to be on these streams, but it helps.
It helps.
It helps.
I mean, that's why I listen. One of my favorite podcasts I listen to, the Geek Show podcast. They always talk about Marvel comics. I don't like Marvel comics, but I love listening to them talk about something that they really like. So, proceed.
I mean, you might be disappointed then, because I don't know if I really liked the last episode.
Okay.
What about you, Sam?
Nah.
Are you working right now or something?
No, I'm doing instructions.
You're supposed to be hosting the
We're
live
talking
stream.
here, Sam.
I am doing both.
You're the main host.
I'm doing Lego stuff.
Look, all I'm doing right now is disassembling parts and organizing them, which I can do mindlessly.
I mean,
which
I'm
means
here.
I can
I'm
talk.
still suffering the effects of COVID, and Sam can't even be bothered to give us his full attention.
Sam
I'm
can't
giving
be
you my
bothered
full
to
attention.
be.
I'm
listening to you.
even bringing in a topic that I know is close to his heart, and he still comes across completely disinterested.
Because my response to that topic was going to be meh. I felt so freaking little for that episode. And
I mean, it's a
ridiculous. I was
cliche
just
to
like-
say it, but honestly, the best part was the ending.
the best part was when the credits rolled.
Well, I like the ending. I like the regeneration.
Oh yeah. That bit was good. I was like,
I hope they explain why the clothes regenerated though, because that kind of irked me a little bit.
I kind of sat there and I was watching it all. And I know Lady Sam had watched it like 10 minutes before I do, or she was finishing it 10 minutes or had 10 minutes left when I got in the door from my event. And I was kind of going, oh, I'm going to have to watch this now, because if I don't watch this now, I'm going to go on Facebook. And no sooner had I got changed out of my work clothes, I'd heard Lady Sam squee because she was in excitement about something she'd seen. I'd gone onto Facebook. Boom! Right there was the spoiler. And I went, well, don't really need to pay attention to this anymore.
Yeah, I saw the
Later on.
regeneration scene first. It was like all over social media. But I kind of
And you know
guessed what
what?
was going to
It was
happen
from
anyway.
It was from the Doctor Who Facebook page.
Yeah. Facebook does this thing. I don't even go on Facebook very often now, mainly just for Messenger. But when I do, what annoys me is that the main feed or whatever it's called, timeline, half of it is not even pages I follow. It's recommended for you. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
then
you
I'll
can't
get
turn that
spoiled. I can't even do anything about it because I don't even follow the page.
Yeah.
But
You can't
yeah,
even
there were parts I liked about it. I've talked about it a bit on my members only Discord. Little cheeky plug there. But I didn't hate the episode, but at the same time, I'm so glad Chibnall's gone. Who, for Joe, he basically was the showrunner and head writer during the last sort of, was it 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
And he has he's done so much to sort of like divide the fan base, undo the lore. And you can't even say it's been in the name of like exciting stories because his storytelling is so bad. Things just happen because there's no setup, no payoff. And there's always so many plot holes. His scripts must be written on Swiss cheese, honestly.
But if he's the showrunner, he's not necessarily writing the scripts, right?
He's the main. Yeah, he's the main head writer. He does a lot himself.
Okay.
Like all the important episodes. I mean, he described it like someone said to him, like, I think it was an interview, and I forget the exact word of the question, but it was something like, do you feel a sense of responsibility, or are you nervous because you're carrying on the legacy of previous showrunners who've carried the show? And his answer was along the lines of, I don't think about that. To me, it's not as if someone's handed you a precious vase that you've got to take from one side of the room to the other. You just come in, do what you want to do and leave, and then the other person will do the same. And that's basically what he's done, because whereas even like Moffat, for all the complaints people had about him as a showrunner, he built on what came before with Russell T Davies as showrunner.
Correct.
He didn't really contradict anything. Even the things that he changed felt like it was a progression of the story. It was a new era, but it felt like a new chapter in the same book. Whereas Chibnall come in and it's like, what? This, like, none of it makes sense. It just, it's so bad. The Timeless Child is probably the worst controversy, but there's been other stuff like the destruction of Gallifrey, and even like the good thing, like what's the actor's name who plays the Master, Sam?
Sacha Dhawan.
Yeah, he's fantastic as the Master, but there's been no explanation given of why this character has reverted to a personality like from before, like the last 3 seasons had this character go through a certain development, and it's like being reset. And defenders will say, we don't necessarily know that this Master is from this point in time. He could be from earlier. It's like, well, yeah, but then Chibnall should have explained that at some point. But he's left. And what I didn't realize as well until I went back and looked like, at people posting online, is how much stuff that he's also left without any explanation. I mean, we complained about Moffat, rushing to wrap stuff up in Matt Smith's last episode, but at least he tried to wrap up the stuff that he had started, This guy's just gone, bye, fuck you. And I honestly felt like during watching the episode that it wasn't in parts him giving the middle finger to those who, because Russell T Davies is coming back, a previous showrunner, and no matter what they say about it being like, amicable handing over, I feel like Chibnall was pushed, or he was basically, he jumped before he was pushed, and Russell T Davies is coming back to sort of clean house, clean up his mess. And there's many points in the last episode, the last special, where it feels like he's given the middle finger to Russell T Davies and to Moffat as well. Like, for example, it pays tribute to Doctor Who's past, but apart from the regeneration scene, which obviously was dictated to him by the incoming team, there's like no mention whatsoever of any other of New Who. Like, he ignores all Doctor Who from 2005 up until his.
Wow.
So, yeah.
This is one of those cases where I go, sometimes a genre's worst enemy are their biggest fans.
I don't think that's true in this case. I think the fans have been very tolerant, actually.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
I mean, bless Sam, he's watched every single fucking episode.
and to be honest, that last one was at the stage. Whilst I agree with you, Craigle, there were some bits that were good and were nice little nods, and we have talked about those. Most of it, I just sat there and went, well, what even is this? I wasn't excited. I actually struggled to stay interested whilst watching it.
Well,
And
the
I
thing is,
thought, why am I doing this to myself?
the best parts of it were. I mean, what's the best way to describe it? Like, to give you an example, like one of the highlights that people keep coming about was when the master, who is revealed. I mean, it's not clear whether he was impersonating Rasputin or whether they were saying that Rasputin was the master all along. But when he starts dancing to Boney M's Rasputin song, that was great. But
I
it
hate
was.
that song as it is, and even
But
now.
it was a deliberate homage to when John Sim danced to Scissor Sisters in season 3.
Scissor Sisters. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
haven't heard Scissor Sisters in like a decade.
But so even like a great part like that wasn't entirely original. And then I told you about the whole plot hole with the present day master. You were like, yeah, where does he go exactly?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's a good point actually.
It just makes no sense. I think I may enjoyed it more than you because I've skipped so many episodes and just relied on sort of secondhand accounts of what happened. So my tolerance probably hadn't been, eroded away quite as much as yours has.
Yeah, because you didn't watch Flux, did you? So you just put up with me going, don't bother, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I had so many people tell. I've not heard a single good thing about Flux. But also, do you know what's stupid? Basically, what someone described it to me as, it's like if you've seen Avengers Endgame, right, Joe? You've seen the Avengers Infinity War Endgame?
Yep.
It's like
I'm looking forward to this Christmas to build some Lego sets while I catch up on all Marvel movies from the last year. Anyway, go for it.
So apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, because I haven't seen this. I've only had secondhand accounts. But Flux is basically if Thanos wiped out half the universe, and then the Avengers stopped him, but didn't bother to try to bring back the other half.
Yeah.
Because apparently in Flux, like half of the known universe gets wiped out, but there's nothing in the resolution to say they brought that back. They just kind of go, oh well, carry on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they stop the bad guy from
something-
doing any more damage, but they don't clean up what he's done. There's no sort of timey-wimey, let's bring everyone back. It's just, yeah.
There is something to be said about, permanent consequences.
But the problem is that it's never even mentioned again.
Huh.
No.
There's
It's
no
not
mention
even
of
mentioned
the
in
races,
that
the
episode.
planets, the civilizations lost, the impact that has on the remaining half. It's just, nah. So,
Wow, Keats is aggressively wanting his pets today.
Oh.
Say hi, Keats. No, just keep petting me.
I gotta say, I don't remember seeing any of the old Doctor Who with Tegan in it. I mean, I've only been introduced to Ace recently. I think it was last year when I got a custom minifigure of her.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, she definitely was a precursor to Rose, and that she was quite a badass, female companion.
Yeah.
I can see where people said that, she was like the forerunner.
Mhm.
But Tegan, they brought two of the old companions back. Obviously, they're older women now. Ace, I thought, was just a joy. She seemed to be having a great time. The actress, it was infectious to watch her, knock Daleks out with a baseball bat. No matter how ridiculous it was that they had a single Dalek guarding that massive machine. But Tegan, oh my god, was the actress always that wooden, or she just got worse with age?
To be honest, mate, I don't remember seeing much of the Tegan stuff either, but yeah, she was such a.
It was so
That episode
bad.
came across as such a character you just like. Who are you? Why are you here? Get out! Just go away. Leave us alone.
So that's a question I have: is how many Lego sets have been made of Doctor Who things?
Officially, a set there's been one.
One.
But there was
Okay.
also two Lego Dimensions packs. There was Level Pack, and there was also a Fun Pack. The Level
Okay.
Pack had a different Doctor Who minifigure of the Doctor and a buildable K9 and a buildable TARDIS, sorry. And then there was the Fun Pack, which had a Cyberman minifigure and a different build for the Dalek that was in the Lego Ideas set. And in fact, I got a bag of Cybermen and Daleks. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but yeah.
Yeah, that didn't quite fit in the given time.
No. Yeah.
So, I mean, like, Lego is obviously making bank off of the Star Wars IP. I mean, obviously.
Look how cute he is.
Do you think Lego is missing out on like not
Well,
making
this is something that I put on Discord, and I don't think I had many responses. Is that
Okay.
going forward now, Doctor Who for the first time is not actually going to be made by the BBC. Since he's left and now come back, Russell T Davies has got his own production company called Bad Wolf, and they're going to be making Doctor Who for the BBC. And part of what the deal they've done, along with having a ridiculously big budget, is that the international rights.
So they'll actually have good special effects.
I mean, the one thing is, I thought the special effects were quite good on the episode we just saw.
Okay.
Yeah, they were bad.
But
I mean,
what's happening
as an American, like, who's not into Doctor Who, because I know a lot of Americans are into Doctor Who, but that is one of the stereotypes that we have of Doctor Who is like,
yeah.
Oh, you mean that sci-fi show with the absolutely terrible special effects?
Yeah. No, I get that.
Which I get it. It's part of the charm. I get that now.
I mean, they always try to be more updated since New Who, and with varying levels of success. I mean,
Right.
It is a you know, at the end of the day, it's a British TV program paid by TV licenses. You know. Going forward, though, internationally, Doctor Who is going to be made available, the new series, on Disney Plus.
Oh.
Which will give it a much wider audience. And I'm wondering, with that, then, will it find new popularity overseas, and in turn, make Lego want to make more sets based off it?
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things that could go either way, but it very well could, because what Russell Davies is talking about cooking up is going to be, you know, a show that can sort of stand on the international playing field. And Disney were obviously interested enough to pay money for it, not just in America, but like literally anywhere that's not the UK will have the new Doctor Who via Disney Plus.
Well, I mean, that's the problem I see of it is like Hollywood nowadays won't make a big blockbuster movie unless they know that it's going to make $2 billion on its release weekend, you know?
Yeah.
And like as much as you guys love, as much as people in the UK love Doctor Who, does it have that kind of appeal to like go everywhere?
I mean,
why do they keep making Transformer movies? They're terrible. The reason they make them is because they're huge in China and elsewhere, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about that. But, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Doctor Who, I think, has a cult following overseas. There was a time, I think, around Tennant, and I think even a little bit of Matt Smith's time, where it did have quite a big following in America, because they did the whole thing where they filmed 3 or 4 episodes over in the States, and they like launched them at the same time on, is it BBC Atlantic was the channel?
BBC America.
BBC America.
Yeah.
You know, but I know Torchwood was really big over in the States, and that's why last series they did as a co-production.
I do remember Torchwood being much more popular over here.
Yeah. I mean, annoyingly, that once the Americans got involved with it, it was terrible, but... no joke, right? The bad guy... The bad guy in the last series, which the Americans got involved with, was a giant vagina at the center of the earth.
Hey,
Sam, tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. It was so bad. And the worst thing was, it came off the best Torchwood ever, which was series 3, Children of Earth, which was like, holy crap, this is actually like really good sci-fi drama. Whereas before, it had always been like sort of a trashy, you know, adult version of Doctor Who that was kind of a guilty pleasure. And then they did this one series, and it's like, this is absolutely phenomenal. What should we do? Let's go to America and make a giant alien vagina at the center of the earth.
Yep.
I mean, that does sound like American fears of, oh no, it's a reproductive organ. Run. Quick, shield your children's eyes from the reproductive organ that they have.
There were a couple of good episodes within that series, but honestly, they dragged out the story, and it was so bad. Was it Bill Pullman, wasn't it, as well? The president from Independence Day?
Yeah, that's Bill Pullman.
Yeah, he was in it, but his character started off being really dark, and you were kind of thinking, well, how is he going to play into this? And the answer was nothing. Like, basically, he was a child murderer who was on death row, and when he was given lethal injection, he survived, but because his sentence had been carried out...
Stand by. He was a child murderer. Did he murder when he was a child?
He murdered children.
Did he murder children when he was an adult? Or was he a child that murdered other children?
He was an adult that murdered children.
Okay.
It was really dark, and he got lethal injection, but he survived. And technically, those lawyers argued successfully that his sentence had been carried out, so that now he was alive. He was basically a free man. And it was like, how is he going to tie in with this like extraterrestrial threat? You know, with the team of like secret agents from Wales. And basically, he just turned up on their doorstep halfway through the series, tagged along with them because of reasons, and then died at the end.
Okay.
It made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. But there have been calls that since Russell T Davies is coming back, people are saying bring Torchwood back, but then that has its own problems with the controversy surrounding John Barrowman. So,
what happened to John Barrowman?
Oh, I don't know if we should get into that on here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's another rabbit hole to fall down. And Sam's not even like regulating the stream right now because he's too busy.
I know he's doing studio right now.
Yeah, let's stream, he says, and he can't even be bothered like getting involved. Like, oh, Craggle, why did you talk so much on the last stream? Because you didn't say a fucking word, Sam.
Fuck off!
I don't like awkward silences. Talk.
I just make you suffer, Craggle. Don't make me press it again.
Talk, Sam.
Talk. Use that. Never mind. Use that hypnotic British accent you have.
What have you been smoking?
Pot? No.
I wasn't expecting you to be so honest.
Okay.
You guys are trying to kill me, you know that? Oh, my word. I had to mute myself then. Oh.
So, how do I put it like this? Let's just say a very close friend of mine recently tried pot for the first time. And their experience was, meh.
I mean, that kind of depends on their own frame of reference, right? Like if your friend is a hardened heroin addict, I'm pretty sure that's an acceptable reaction, isn't it?
Let's my close friend maybe took a little too much and just kind of fell asleep.
So basically, you missed out on all the fun because they had too much and just napped it out.
Yes. And they said the first half hour was great.
Till I fell asleep.
Till they fell asleep, right. But I'm not going to mention who this is because they work for someone who would not be happy.
Oh, no, fair enough.
Well, I know who it is.
Okay.
I know who it is.
Okay.
It's your missus, isn't it?
Woo! Okay, maybe change the subject.
Too real.
I mean, I brought it up.
I don't think you've got enough dark blue there, Craggle. Get it sorted.
I just realised how dusty this thing is. Oh my word!
So, Sam, that was the first thing I noticed about the Rex Celsior. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of dark blue. I still don't think it'll be enough to make the...
Nah, mate, you need like...
Look who it is, guys.
It's the little pothead.
Don't want to hang out with this guy, even though you met him in person, huh?
Hello. Hello.
It's
I can't-
Emily, everyone.
Yes, that's fine. Good to see you.
Tell the truth. Did you really do that haircut because you liked it or because you don't like him?
It was a joke, and then I was like, you know what? You should try something different. But I don't know how to make it look good. Like, I'm not a professional.
I think
Hairstyle.
everyone is just saying it's the back.
Yeah, but I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know how to fix it either.
So
Maybe I go to a professional.
yeah.
See,
Oh,
this is how our relationship works. It's, hey, you know what would be really great if you tried this, and then...
And then
I mean,
it
that's
fails.
how all relationships work in the end. You know, once things get a bit stale, it's like, hey, should we try this?
Mrs. Craggle also says hi, Emily.
Oh yay!
So yeah, she's on the chat. Yep.
Aw.
We did have fun with you guys, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, that was so fun.
We did.
It was
We
a good
had a good
time.
laugh. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't only there for a small portion of it, I still enjoyed it.
Hey,
You
we
made
like
us go to a stupid bike race, okay?
Hey, hey, you liked the sidecars.
I was just annoyed that maybe Sam made us move from where we were to a bend to see a crash, and the crash happened at the place where we moved from.
Not just a crash, a fight.
A fight as well, yeah.
Oh, there was also a fight, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know, she got points on her license, that girl did, for that.
Really?
What happened?
She got points on her racing license for that.
Oh.
Oh wow.
And
Look
the
at
worst bit
what Jacob Neely said. Hi, Lady Joe.
I mean, it's true. It is a name that can be for both.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's
I
Lady
know.
Sam. There's Mrs.
Yeah.
Craggle.
At least we gotta be unique, Lady Joe. How about
How about I'm Mr. Emily?
all right. Well, there
I
you go.
see it.
There you
I
go.
see it.
Yeah.
I'll think of something.
Okay.
All right.
Did you
Well, it was just about going to Target, but you're getting another hour probably?
probably
Okay.
give or take? Oh, he was having fun in here, but yeah, okay.
Okay, good to see you guys.
And
Yeah.
take care.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Keats. Oh, thank
Yeah.
goodness that's over. No.
So she got
I'm
points for the racing license. And not only that, when she
What?
came...
I heard that.
She heard that.
You have-
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay. Bye.
I mean, if I should clarify, I think in the US, it's different that you start off with so many points and you get them taken away for doing things wrong. Is that right?
Oh! You mean on like your driver's license?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, you can get points on your license, and then you can get your license taken away. Yeah.
Oh, see,
And I
someone
don't-
told me that it was the other way around, that you have so many points and you lose them for like each sort of like crime or whatever, and then when you have 0, that's when you get a license taken away. Is that not true in the States, or?
So here's the problem with the states. There are 50 of them. And
Everybody.
we might have different laws in each
Yeah,
goddamn state.
That makes sense, yeah.
there you go. So it might
Well, anyway,
be
in the
like
UK,
your
basically,
basic
if you
data.
get too many points on your license, you lose it.
Yeah. And see, I've never gotten any points on my license, so I don't know how that. Yeah, okay, space-time, each state is different, but essentially having points is bad. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it is in the UK. Having points
Yeah.
is bad in the UK.
I can't remember who it was who told me, because if I could remember, I could probably work out what state they were from. But they were like, oh, yeah, it's so confusing because in the UK, you get points for doing things wrong. Whereas in the US, you start off with so many points and then you get them taken away whenever you do something wrong. And I was like, oh, okay.
And I guess it works.
I mean, they
either
could have
way.
been lying to me. I don't know why. It'd be a weird thing to lie about. Or they could be
Yeah.
they could have been, from some weird state in America. I don't know. Like Utah.
Look, at this point in the US, if the federal government makes one law, certain states are just going to go, oh yeah, well we're going to make a law that is opposite to that just because.
I wonder what laws you might be referring to there, Joe.
Let's not go there.
Couldn't possibly think there, mate.
Ugh. So Lego is filled with joy.
Yeah,
and
we haven't talked about Lego. I mean, I guess you could say, going back on what you're about, do you reckon Lego will make more Doctor Who sets? That was kind of where we were going.
Okay, yeah. So what do you think?
I reckon they will if it gets popular on Disney Plus. I don't think we'll have a massive theme like Star Wars, but I can see them doing 2 or 3 sets, particularly with David Tennant coming back, because that was the thing. Doctor Who, since it came back, arguably reached its peak in terms of mainstream popularity when David Tennant was the Doctor. That was when, for lack of a better word, normies were on board with the show, not just people who are into geek and sci-fi stuff, it was a staple that pretty much everyone watched Doctor Who when David Tennant was on. Now that he's coming back and it's going to be on Disney Plus, I can see it reaching, that popularity heights again. Because the Lego set came out at the end of Matt Smith regenerating to Peter Capaldi, which was kind of a transitional thing, because it was the first time since the show started that they kind of had an older actor playing the Doctor, which was fine. Peter Capaldi was fantastic, but a lot of the audience that were kind of there because David Tennant's so gorgeous or Matt Smith's so handsome were like, there's an old guy now. I don't want anything to do with him, And the thing is, I'm not making that up. There was lots of that on Twitter and Facebook. What are they doing? Why have they cast an old man as a Doctor? It's come on.
But at the same time, why the hell not? Because he was one of the good
Well, the thing, and the great thing about him was that he played a young man in an old man's body, which was the opposite of Matt Smith, which was an old man in the young man's body.
Okay. Let me rephrase the question. How about, is there a property or thing you would want to see Lego make an official set of?
UCS TARDIS. I'd like to see him do that.
What, Doctor Who related or
anything?
Oh, anything. That's of course. Yeah, there's loads.
Okay.
Why do you think me and Sam are making our own Ghostbusters stuff?
Okay.
Yeah, right,
okay. So is that your answer? You would do Ghostbusters something?
I mean, there's stuff that they've done, one and done things, and you just think, why? Lego Dimensions was one where they had so many licenses, particularly in the second year, with 80s nostalgia franchises, that you just think, why have they not done a Lego kit in the scale of the Creator Expert Ecto 1 or the DeLorean? Can you imagine
do something like this?
Oh yeah, dude.
Do you remember when I gave you the idea for that as well?
Yeah, now look what's happened.
I know. But yeah, I can't understand how they haven't done kits, because they had the Knight Rider license for Lego Dimensions. And you think, they've done the DeLorean, they've done Ecto 1, the 89 Batmobile. I mean, I'd love them to do a Mystery Machine as well in that scale of, the larger vehicles.
Oh, that would be great.
I'm hoping, as they're really pushing the adults welcome stuff now. I even saw an advert for it or a commercial for you in the States at the cinema the other day, before the films, and they were showing the Transformers kit. They were showing Ecto 1, and they were they were actually pushing the idea of relax and unwind whilst building Lego, which is what I've been saying for years, is that building Lego can be very therapeutic.
I mean, honestly, I got back into Lego because I was in engineering school and I just needed something to decompress.
Yeah.
And they had the Saturn V, and then things just kept going because of the voices, and we've talked about the voices.
The voices are still there.
They're
I
still
just feel
there.
like
They're just
there's
still saying things.
There's lots of stuff. If they're willing to admit that there's an adult audience, there's lots of franchises that could bring in like a casual person or someone who's not into Lego would pick it up. And I think like Knight Rider or A-Team, stuff like that.
A-Team, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they did A-Team on Lego Dimensions. I can see it. I can see them more likely to do a kit because I feel like that would lend itself better to a Lego set than the A-Team van. But I reckon if they did the A-Team van, it would sell.
I
would think so.
I mean, the risk of sounding like a traitor. That's the one thing that has got me buying some Playmobil stuff is because they've actually done things like the A-Team van. And they've done more with Back to the Future than Lego ever did.
Fuck off!
Wow.
I mean, personally, I don't even see Playmobil as a competitor because to me, you don't build their sets; you just put them together. And to me, it has the same amount of assembly as like toys did when I was a kid. Like if you remember the Kenner Ecto 1 toy, when that came, you had to put the stickers on, you had to put the doors on, and the back and stuff. So that's basically what you do with Playmobil. You don't have blocks as such. You just have pre-formed pieces that you've got to put together.
Okay.
But they've done some nice stuff with. Wait a sec, I'll show you now.
He's whipping it out, boys and girls. Be careful.
Yep. So, I guess what is your answer on that one, Sam?
It's very dusty. I omit that. I need a good clean.
Oh wow!
Like that is very dusty.
That is very dusty.
Yeah, for me, there's a few properties I'd love to see.
Okay.
But it's again going back to some of Crowell's arguments. How do you make some of those into sets that would potentially get Lego a return?
Okay, so remove that requirement.
Remove that requirement. Give me Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined series, and give me
hell yeah.
Give me Galactica and Pegasus in the UPS scale of the Star Destroyer, and I'm there, baby. Just that would just make me all day long. If you've got a Viper that you can then eject out the side of it as well, freaking hell, that'll sell me.
Okay. I'm with
the other thing as well that is perhaps more recent that Lego did and then did nothing else with really. Stranger Things. Like if you're gonna open that gate, for lack of a better term. Why do just one set, a keychain, and was it brickheads, and that's it? They even teased a Starcourt Mall. Like the creator who designed the first Stranger Things set repeatedly teased on Twitter that he was working on the Starcourt Mall, and then nothing came of it.
Yeah.
Huh. I
just don't understand it. Like, that was one of their best-selling toys of that year. It won like the Toy Awards of was it 2020? 2019, wasn't it? I think it was
2019, mate. Yeah.
2019, yeah.
But I also see something like that is such a big property as something that you might run into, some real licensing issues, like maybe,
See, this is the excuse, right? That people always say with Lego, and it's always like, oh, but the licensing probably costs too much, blah blah blah. And then you see like some pound store knockoff brand gets like the Looney Tune franchise before Lego does, or like before the official Office set, there was something like in the B&M bargains, like knockoff bricks and stuff like that, or there was buildable figures, got Doctor Who. If things like knockoff brands can get the license, why the hell can't Lego?
Or more to the point, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sets that someone brought 5,000 miles across the ocean to get his friend.
Exactly.
Exactly. And after all that, I forgot to buy you a drink. That's the worst thing about it, because our meals took so friggin' long. We were just like, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go back to Sam's place. I didn't even have the chance to buy you a drink. Like, I thought we'd be in the pub till close and having a few bevies, but...
To be fair, you could have got back to ours and you could have made him a drink. I mean, not that you would have had to do much. You would have just taken it out of the fridge, but still.
I did give you some Welsh cakes, though. I did give you some Welsh cakes.
You did give me some Welsh
You did
cake.
indeed.
You did do me the honor of just being in my presence, so I'll accept that.
And I also made you laugh with that video as well.
Nice. Yeah, there's so many videos Joe saw that night. He laughed a lot.
Oh man, the winner.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. That one of you being pissed off at the Zap. Oh my gosh. I'll that's on my new list of something to watch once a year, just to be like, yes.
It was when you told me that you've shown it to other people. I was like, oh no.
I showed it to Neely, not Jacob Neely, Cameron, and he thought that was pretty funny.
I'm glad I can be amusing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Crackle's got a point about Italy start with 20 points on their license. They get bonus points every 2 years. And if they lose all their points, their license is taken away.
Oh,
I mean, I don't even know what you'd have to do to lose points in Italy, because when we went to Italy, we saw a grand total of one car that didn't have a dent or a smash in the side of it or the front of it. We were walking down the street once and there was all these cars and they were literally parked bumper to bumper. We were like, how do they even get them in and out of those places? And we were going, wait a second, we haven't seen a single car without a dent in it. And we were looking down the road and we walked about 4.5 miles down this road, the length of Pompeii. And there was not a single car. On the last day, on the way to the airport in the taxi, which itself had a crack down the windscreen, we saw one car go past which didn't have a dent.
Brilliant.
You know,
That's awesome.
The day before, someone got knocked down on the road where, literally at the spot where we crossed every day. We were like, holy crap, one day we don't cross by there, someone gets knocked down. So, I don't know what you'd have to do to lose your license in Italy. Drive the car on its roof or something, you know?
Yes.
Drive the car into someone's house and up the stairs. So do you think Lego will ever make like a true kind of like the Saturn V of like the SLS or maybe the Starship? Or do you think they will ever go back into that that genre? I mean, because if I could choose anything right now, I'd say, yeah, I hope they make a large scale SLS. But I guess it's going to have to freaking launch first.
Well, come on, mate. November 14th. That's the schedule.
I definitely think they will make more NASA, themed stuff in the future. It's such a big thing. I mean, for a while, people were getting disillusioned with Lego ideas because they were like, every other project approved is something to do with space. It is a big pull for them. So, yeah, 100%. I reckon there'll be more. What that will be is anyone's guess. But
I mean, I'd want to see them do the James Webb, or heck, I'd be happy if they did a Skylab, but they're not going to do that.
This is me nodding and smiling because I have no idea what you're talking about.
So,
okay.
I think you raise a point here, Joe, because the space stuff, like Craggle says, has had a lot of in-stream from Lego ideas. A lot of it has come from that way.
And honestly, that's why I stopped designing rockets. Like the Delta 4 series that I did, I'm like, someone's already done Delta 4. Someone's already done Delta 2. Like, someone's already done all these, and I'm just trying to, do my little niche of it.
But nobody did
great. I love it. But anyway.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it comes from within Lego ideas. So there's definitely every time I look at the monthly review stuff or whenever the review period is and have a look at what's been submitted through and got to review to 10K, there's always a starship. There's always there's always something space related, whether it's James Webb, SLS, or Starship, or a Falcon 9 Heavy, or a Falcon 9.
Yeah.
It's in there.
Yep.
And admittedly, yeah, I'd love to see James Webb. That project has been a long bloody time in the making.
Yeah.
And we all watched it last Christmas get up there.
Oh.
And loads of people followed it on YouTube and watched its journey through space and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
And now look at the quality, look at what we're getting from it.
Yeah.
We
Incredible.
are getting some seriously cool imagery from it, and we are learning so much from it, and it's not even been a year yet.
Yeah. And like, I told my wife last year, I was like, look, the day it launches, I am going to be hunkered down in a dark place, just nervous that it's going to blow up. But like,
I sat on the sofa all day, wrapped in a duvet. I was really unwell, but I just sat there and watched it all. And the missus brought me food and drinks, and I was like,
and the whole time I just kept telling myself, the Ariane 5 is an amazing launch vehicle.
Yeah.
It always hits its target. And god damn ESA, you did it. Like okay, sorry.
No,
We're talking Lego. We're talking Lego.
But you're right.
Going to space.
Hit the nail on the head with that.
They hit their orbital target almost perfectly. Like they couldn't have done any better. Okay, I'm done nerding out. Thank you, everyone. We can now resume real nerdiness instead of all that fake stuff that I keep going after.
How is that fake?
I know. It was irony. It was irony.
Oh,
I'm just gonna share the screen here for a sec.
Okay.
And this will turn you on.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Oh.
So that is the Pillars of Creation,
Oh.
which is this famous image that you had from Hubble.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody remembers that image from Hubble.
Yeah.
You put James Webb, and James Webb's come up with that.
Oh. And it's at a different wavelength, so we're seeing different features.
Correct.
Like,
that's using just one of the cameras on board of it. And
it's so eerie. It looks like you can see figures in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when you realize that thing you're looking at is hundreds of light years across.
Yeah.
Like
it's a stellar nursery, effectively.
Oh.
And it's this little thing here. This little thing.
That's not very little, by the way.
It's not, I know, but you know what I mean.
It's huge.
It's this thing here that's doing it all.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, that's my answer.
Here, that's doing it all. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Where'd you hear that from? Your wife?
No comment.
Look, this is the picture of Jupiter rocked up a couple of months ago.
That's not Jupiter. It's the wrong color.
That's infrared Jupiter, my friend.
Yeah.
I know I was being ironic.
I know. So to answer our question, to answer the question I asked, I want to see Lego do another good space something. I was kind of disappointed. Now, keep wanting to say I was disappointed in the lunar lander. I was disappointed in the space station.
Oh, the space station was nice to look at, but it was disappointing because it wasn't big enough.
What do you mean, the UCS terrestrial aerial?
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah.
The lunar lander. Are you about the one from the one that basically gave you two generic minifigures rather than Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin?
Correct.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Also, the amount of gold stickers on that thing as well.
Yeah. Okay. I have to show you my version of it, though. Oh, how do I?
It was so bad that they did that, and people go, "Oh, it's a licensing issue." It's like if they wanted to do it, they could. Like Buzz Aldrin is still very much alive, still very much a champion of the space program.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even bother contacting him about it. They're like, "Oh, we'll just cheap out and put 2 generic minifigures there."
Right. So
But you got some custom ones.
Yeah, I modified mine.
Nice.
Instead of like divers, I can't remember who did this. Someone made modifications to it, and I went ahead and did it. I want to say a lot of the modifications I did to this was from Eiffelman, the guy who I got the original Skylab ideas from, or his ideas. I think he did a version of this where they kind of made things a little more realistic, and I redid it to be more realistic because, again, voices.
Yeah, you should really see someone about that.
Why?
What's wrong with the voices?
I mean, they lead to haircuts like that.
Come on, Joe. You kind of walked right into that one, didn't you?
I'd rather moonwalk into it, but okay.
I know, when you think about it, Moonwalk is a stupid name. It's nothing like walking on the moon. If anything, it's like trying to suddenly go back on one of those like walkways that, what are they called? Like escalators, but they're flat.
Escalators.
Travelators.
Unfortunately, I think they're actually just called people movers, which is just
people movers.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you're not wrong, but you're also not right.
It sounds so bad, a people mover. It sounds like
it does move people.
It does do that. You could also say that a Saturn V is a people mover.
Yeah, I'm sure someone would have something to say about that, though, wouldn't they, Joe?
Yeah. You could say that some artillery pieces are people movers, as long as they hit in the right spot.
They're more people dispersers, mate.
But they are moving people. Take a person, artillery strike, that person will be moved.
I mean, I would argue that was more a people redistributor.
Redistributor. Oh, that's sad. I mean, I've been watching a lot of...
Besides, obviously, space, I guess... I mean, Sam's kind of already answered this with Battlestar Galactica, but is there any sort of IP or property that LEGO haven't touched yet that you would want them to do a set of, that you're almost kind of like, how have they not done this yet?
I don't want to say anything Star Wars, but my favorite starship in Star Wars is the Mon Calamari cruiser. I'd want to see that, but I don't think it would sell well. Like,
I disagree.
Okay,
I think it would.
right.
I think it would sell well because there'd be people out there who have got the Death Star or the Star Destroyers who then want the opposing
force.
The thing is, though, they can't
do the B-Wing, and the B-Wing is like one of the less well-known starfighters of Star Wars.
Yeah, but they can't make the Mon Calamari cruiser because they have to make another Luke's Landspeeder. Because what will people do if they don't release another Landspeeder?
Do you know what? Craig was right. Got to get me
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That's my favorite condescending thing to say. He's not wrong, but he's also not right.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see how they would do that because it's it's got a lot of curves.
It does, and I've seen some models online. Some other people make versions of it, and I think they're pretty good. And I was getting ready to make my own version until, again, Skylab.
I find like there's two driving forces in your mind: it's Skylab and the voices.
Who says Skylab isn't one of the voices?
There you go.
Skylab has manifested itself into a full-blown self-conscious, to a full-blown consciousness.
Wait until I get it
Take over the world.
Yeah, wait until I get it tattooed on me.
I don't even want to imagine where.
Yes. Don't imagine that. I've been working on my crazy eye twitch.
Yeah, you're almost too good at that. It comes too naturally to you.
It seems a bit natural, doesn't it?
I was going to say, Joe, if there was one thing you didn't need to work on, that was it.
Yeah.
So, do we dare ask what project is diverting you away from us, Sam? Is it a secret project? Or
Pardon?
Is it secret?
No, it's public.
Okay.
It's your project.
Oh, the Ecto one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm nearly done with it.
Ooh. Have you put the tiles on yet on your one?
Yes. No. Did you not notice in my reel?
Oh yeah, I did. Yes.
Yeah. I put them on. It was a sneaky little teaser to go, look, this is coming soon. But obviously I couldn't write that on my Instagram one because Instagram's shit. But I could write that on the YouTube one.
A lot of people I know do their stories on a different app and then just upload them as like a video or something. I need to figure out how to do that because the amount of times I'm doing a story and I'll put a sticker on it and I want to resize it, and you have to do the whole pinch thing. And then what it does is, even though like my fingers are on the right hand side of the screen, the text that I put on the top left will suddenly just like move down to the bin or just turn itself 90 degrees. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, if Lady Sam was still here, she would tell you that I spent, Thursday night or whenever it was, or Wednesday night, sat there swearing at my phone, going, "This shit! Why am I doing this with my phone?" And then messaging you, going, "Why does my sound not work?" And then I'm just going, really trying to avoid getting my laptop out, just doing this in Premiere or Final Cut.
I know. And I was was that Wednesday or Thursday?
I think it was Thursday. But it's a 40-second video. I shouldn't need to whip out Premiere Pro or Final Cut to freaking do that at all.
Thursday I was on my way to see Black. I know both times you were messaging me. I was on the way to see films. On the Wednesday we went and saw From Dusk Till Dawn at the drive-in cinema because that's closing now. They're demolishing the place where it's hosted. And then on Thursday, we went and saw Black Adam finally. And I was like, why is Sam chosen both days when I'm on my way out to start messaging me?
Because I know you're free. For the period in time, you're not doing anything because you're on your way out. You're not out
yet. You think driving? Like, the missus has got my phone in her lap and she's like, Sam's messaged you again. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud.
And that's not what you were saying. You were going, yes.
On the one day we were waiting for half an hour before they allowed all the cars in a line, the driving cinema. So I had a bit of time in my hand, so we just parked up waiting to be let into the actual cinema. So I was happy to message you then, especially with all the other stuff going on at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you seen Black Adam yet?
No, not yet, mate. No.
Okay.
Is it any good?
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say
Marvel or DC.
It's DC.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's all like high end cinema. It's not going to change the world, but it was a really fun time.
Okay.
I like superhero movies. I like The Rock.
So Mr. The Rock is in it.
And I would say it was definitely a lot more enjoyable than some of the Marvel's recent outings, but the critics, of course, have gone, oh, it fails to this, it fails to that. Because, when you dig deep and find out that half these critics, these publications are actually owned by Disney, I mean, I think Rotten Tomatoes, if you go deep into that, I think it's owned by Disney through some
Yeah.
secondary company or third company or whatever. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Rotten Tomatoes is a terrible way anyway, because it doesn't mean what
It used to be cool.
I mean, but it
Yeah,
doesn't mean what you think it means, because it doesn't tell you what the review said. Like, it basically judges a review by its own criteria of what is a good review, what's a bad review, and then
Right.
give you the average of that. So, like, when it says, like, you know, oh, it's, I don't know, 80% rotten, that doesn't mean that 80% people liked it. It means that 80% or disliked it. 80% reviews gave it, in their minds or by their criteria, an average or below rating.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It's really weird, but like, or like if it's slightly above average, like if it's like a 3.5, it's one worked out that if a film on average gets 3.5 across the board, it will come out as like almost like unanimously amazing on Rotten Tomatoes. But if a film is a bit more divisive and has lots of like really high end reviews, but then also, you know, say 25% bad reviews, people who didn't like it, that will shift it to like being a bad film. It's
It is weird. I remember obsessing over. Am I like dropping out or something?
No,
No.
you're here.
Okay.
You're still
Yeah, I
there.
remember being obsessed over Rotten Tomatoes back when I was like, I don't know. I used to be a lot more into movies, and like, I was just so hateful of the Transformers movies. Like, these are terrible. How are these doing so well?
I mean, before that, it was IMDb scores as well. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes.
I mean, they still exist, but they're not seen as like that important now. It's always Rotten Tomatoes or Tomatoes or Potatoes.
I feel like people understand now that it's all a crapshoot. Like, it's just like,
Yeah, make your mind up. Like,
yeah. I mean, like, if I want to know if a movie is objectively bad, like, sure, I'll listen to reviews. I'll listen to, you know, a reviewer, and I'll go to Rotten Tomatoes. But like, if I want to see a movie, I want to see a movie. Like, I'm already at the point where you don't have to convince me.
yeah. I mean, I've seen films before that have been absolutely slated, and I've really enjoyed them. And
Yeah.
I've seen films that people, you know, or reviews have gone, it's the next best thing since The Godfather Part 2. And I've watched it and gone, this is a load of crap.
That's a lot of, yeah.
I mean, case in point, I think it's had a backlash in recent years, or, you know, not long after. But do you guys ever remember a film called Crash? I think it cleaned up at the Oscars. It had like Brendan Fraser, Sandra Bullock, Don Cheadle, that one.
Yeah.
Yep. I
That is an
remember that one.
awful, awful movie. But when it first came out, everyone was praising it.
Yep.
And nowadays,
And I 100% agree with you. It's terrible.
yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
But I remember, like, when it came out, people were like, everywhere I was going, like, on turn TV on, they were saying, "Oh, this is amazing. It's going to be like, you know, talked about for years to come as a masterpiece." I watched it and was like, that was just a depressing shitfest.
That didn't end up saying anything important.
No, at all.
What it ended up saying was, hey, racism happens. Done. It's like, you're not saying anything.
What was depressing about it so much was the one character who throughout it is not racist, at the end ends up being racist. So it's like, hey, everyone's racist, and even if you try not to be, you are. So be racist? Like, what kind of message is that? It was just...
It was a really dumb, yeah.
When you talk about the cast that was in the film, the cast, you know, phenomenal, but yeah, terrible movie.
I don't know. Oh. Wow, I've done a lot of sorting while you guys have been yakking on about Doctor Who. That's cool.
I have a question.
Okay.
You've got the blue on your wall, presumably because the Titanic's underwater, but why are all those spaceships underwater?
That's what they all went down.
That was painted that way when we moved in. So I just didn't repaint it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's boring.
I don't know. You wanted something a little more exciting, but sorry,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, I did.
just-
I'm looking down at my Lego backlog even. Can't even speak now. I really want to build some more sets, but I just haven't got the space.
Yeah.
It'll be a case of building it and taking it apart right away.
I have another set of shelves I still need to put together, but I got new shelves so I could put some more Legos together.
To be fair, I could do with a set of shelves. I've got some that were meant to go in this corner, but I just haven't put any in here. But if I put them here, I could put. I don't know.
We were saying this when we visited you, when we saw the rest of your room. We're like, this should be your backdrop, all your Lego and stuff, rather than just a white wall. I mean, as cool as that clock is, unfortunately, sometimes when your head goes in front of it, it does look like your hair's just gone like a mess.
Yeah.
As that one thumbnail proved.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So hang on. What are you saying? You want this? Can I swap it, or is it going to go nuts?
Wow, that didn't turn out as well as you thought it would. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, if I had my camera on, I would direct it behind me, have all my Lego collection. But unfortunately, my face would get in the way, and no one wants to see that.
Yeah, and we'd be like, "Oh God, turn it off!"
It'd be like The Ring when you die when you see my face. I pull my hair away from my face, and it's so scary your heart stops.
We'll see what the organizational fairies can sort out for the next
organizational fairies.
Yeah,
they've been visiting here a lot.
They come in and they sort everything out for me.
Do you mean Lady Sam?
No. Not allowed in here.
I mean, to be fair, I tripped up into your bedroom, so
tripped up into your bedroom, and that's how we have a son.
No one would lie. That is actually what happened, though. I got into the house, Lady Sam started giving us the tour. He has the narrowest staircase that turns around on itself. My feet were already in agony because I have an old injury and we've been driving for a while. My foot felt like it was going to fall off. I fell up the stairs, and then none of them, not Lady Sam, not Mrs. Crackle, who had gone before me, told me there was a step up and then down into the bedroom. So I just went forward. My foot collided with it, and I just fell right on my face. So yeah. And I almost did the same thing again on the way out.
I'm sorry, that.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure that your house is normally like that. I kind of feel like you just laid some booby traps for me.
I mean, look, when I came to your house, I'm like, okay, so now I've been to Hobbiton. I don't need to watch Lord of the Rings ever again.
You were in his kitchen going, look, it's Bilbo Baggins' kitchen.
I'm like, I'm 6'3". I would take my head clean off if I lived here. It was
when you said the pub was round the corner, because we had gone past it once already, we knew. And then you were like, oh, it actually literally is around the corner.
It is literally around the corner.
I'm not kidding.
I was thinking around the corner, the street had a corner, but no, the corner was your driveway. Out of your driveway, turn left. There's the pub. That's not around the corner, Sam. That's your backyard. No wonder you look inebriated every time I talk to you.
Didn't you know that every Englishman has a pub in their backyard?
Apparently.
And if it's not a pub like that, it's a shed.
I have to drive down the street. At least 200 or 300 feet.
An Englishman's home is his castle, and his backyard is his public house.
Correct.
Public house. I love the where the word pub comes from. Public house.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
I know. Are we winding down now? We're almost at the 2-hour mark.
Yes, we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I would say, let's aim for 2. And,
do you want a preview? Do you want a preview of what I'm working on?
No.
Okay, cool.
Well, you already showed us your lights and your sorting, so you weren't working on anything else.
Oh, I mean, I just have Just have a studio up right now, but you know.
Oh, you do you?
Yeah. Let me.
What's in there, Joe? What's in there?
I'm trying to share, man.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. So I think what I'm actually going to do is this big one right here with the.
You're going to do the big one, not the middle one.
You know, these are modular enough that I might do all of them.
I tell you what, Joe. You do the big one. I'll do the middle one for you.
You'll do the middle one, okay?
Because I know I definitely don't have space for the big one.
Yeah. So this one I'll probably add like a rotating gravitational section.
Holy crap! How big is this?
That is going to be huge.
My word! Yeah, when you started zooming in, I started recognizing the pieces. I was like, "What?"
So
yeah,
go on, Joe. Give us a length, mate.
Oh yeah, what is the length on this, baby?
That's what she said.
Should be submodeled.
Why am I've already looked at that message. Why are you giving me a notification? Stupid phone.
91.7 inches long. 232 centimeters. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Is that actually going to be secure enough to hold all that weight? The middle.
We'll see. I'm still thinking through a lot of things, but yeah, we'll see. Woo! All those radiators. Oh, that's gonna look so cool.
Oh man, that's a shot for rendering right there. That is. Put that with a space background.
Yeah, seriously. No, I'm thinking about doing like, you know how I did my big mosaic of the Death Star? Yeah. I'm probably going to do this in the foreground and like Neptune or Uranus in the background.
You mean Uranus?
Uranus. It's pronounced Uranus.
Uranus.
Sure. Okay, we'll stop sharing because it is time to... I got places to go, things to do, and I've wasted already 4 hours because I got ready at 11:30 instead of 1:30.
Don't know why you'd do something crazy like that, Joe.
Nope. And Clark wants to build a Lego robot. I have the boost set here, and I'm going to get on that.
Well, Joe,
yes,
you can wrap up first.
Okay. Go check out my Instagram under Skylab Bricks. Go check out my wares and sundries on Etsy. For now, I'm looking at probably migrating to something else, but we'll see. I do lots of space-based instructions and mocks. So, and I'm trying to be funnier and post things on Instagram. So just come see my insanity. What the voices tell me to do. I don't know.
Not by Chinese knockoffs. Justice for Skylab.
And next week I'll probably have a new haircut, so shut the fuck up. What?
Mr. Craggle.
Hello. I'm a beluga whale, you know. Wait a sec. Let me get these out.
That's what she said.
Come and buy these on cutthecrackle.com. You know you want them. They're awesome. And if these do well, I'll do more Return to the Future minifigures.
Return to the Future.
But yeah, buy these on cutthecrackle.com. They're awesome. And I don't know. I'm not a good salesman. Sam, sell these for me. You're a good salesman.
Go to cutthecraggle.com because you can get yourself your Return to the Future Auto Detailer Custom, your Return to the Future Future Boy Custom, and many more. There are also things for upcoming sets that me and Craggle are working on as well that you definitely want to get your hands on.
Yes.
And you can also get...
Actually, I could probably share it. That would probably be easier.
Yeah, you could do that.
Shall I? Okay, wait a sec.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's rubbish. I put.
Oh, that just
Total
killed
Dude,
me.
like, don't just like shoot me down like that. That's rubbish. Okay, am I sharing now?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is my website, cutthecrackle.com. And
I
we
like
have,
how it's in dark mode all of the time.
yes.
Ooh.
We have a number of themes. We also have something here. Something's happening here.
Uh-oh. Terrapin heroes.
Yeah,
I love it.
we got lots of cool things. Some stuff is pre-orders, some stuff is in stock. We've got some cool accessories. These, you'll be wanting to get these to accompany something that Sam is working on.
Definitely want to get them.
We've got I think about 18 left of these now, maybe less. I did a few more of that of the old timers collection.
Nice.
And Mysteries Inc. These are also in hand. This one does actually glow in the dark. Well, and also pre-orders for these. These should hopefully be arriving in the next few weeks. So it's your last chance to get pre-orders in, basically, because once they arrive, I'll be closing pre-orders and then be listing them as in hand. But I do a discount for pre-orders. So
Awesome.
but yeah, that's my website. Check it out. Of course, I'm also on YouTube under Cut the Crackle. I sometimes make videos. Sometimes they're good. Most of the time they're not. And
I mean, as long as you're willing to admit it.
yeah, I'm also on Instagram as well. So, and Facebook and Twitter, but mainly YouTube, Instagram, and my own website. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm good at. I'm just as bad at bigging myself up as I am good at putting other people down.
Sure. But that's why we love you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because your self-loathing is so apparent.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, I know what that is. That's what I have.
Self-loathing anonymous.
Okay.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Jake Neely, Mrs. Craggle, Spacetime Brick Studio, Lady Sam B. Thank you everybody for coming along and sticking with us. Thank you, Lady Joe, for gracing us with your presence.
She is literally gonna rip your spleen out if you call
I know, and I can't wait.
I mean, I guess it gives her an excuse to come back over here, right?
Sure. But
Exactly.
I will die.
If you die, can I have your Lego?
No.
Oh.
Can I have your dog penis?
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, for God's sake, I was not prepared for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for joining us. We will see you again soon. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.